Hey, Frontline fans, what's up, Walking Dead fans? And guys, you're at Comic Frontline, and this is Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we are going to be talking about episode 14, season 4 of The Walking Dead, otherwise known as, I think the title was The Grove. And this week was kind of a heartbreaking episode for The Walking Dead. We had a couple of losses in this episode, and yeah, very tough. Once again, in this episode, we do not see so many of the characters. You know, it's been taking breaks between Rick and Carl and Maggie and Bob and all the other characters, you know, and Abraham. You've always seen glimpses of them in the second half of the fourth season. So this time we got to focus on you get to see Carol and you get to see Tyrese, Judith. You get to see Lizzie and Micah, I think, or Mika, or however you say her name. In this episode, we get to see, you know, our people here trying to travel down the train tracks, trying to go to Tiverus or whatever the place name is, the community that they're trying to go to where you want to survive. But on the way, we got to see Tyrese and Carol and the others actually come to this grove, and you know, and they feel that this is a very safe place to possibly stay instead of going to the community. And maybe, you know, you could always go to the community in case there's an emergency or something in the future. But it seemed like the girls loved it, and it seemed like, hey, we're kind of like a family in a way. It kind of wanted to be settled in. Just like last week, how almost like Daryl and Bethany were. They almost wanted to settle in into the place that they were at because things seemed so great. But just like anything in The Walking Dead, whenever anything seems great, there's always something that's going to be messed up in the process. So in this episode, we get to see a heavy focus on the two girls. And I called this episode right from the start when I saw these girls. If you're a comic reader, these girls represented the twins in the comic book. One goes psycho, and what happens is one kills another, and then one puts down the other one. So, and that's basically what happens in this episode. You actually get to see Lizzie physically go wacko. She has this strange thing that the zombies are not out to kill people, that they're not after them, and she believes that they're good. So what she winds up doing is she winds up killing her own sister. And a lot of the episode was a lot of talk and things like that, and you know, you get to see the slow demise of Lizzie throughout the episode, and then it comes to this one point in the episode where it's real slow and you think everything's all goody two shoe, and then there you go, you see Lizzie standing there with the knife in her hand, bloody hands, and you see Micah on the floor dead. And she just, that's when she just flipped it. And she believes that her sister was going to come back as a different person. Or, you know, it was just wacko. And the look on Tyrese's face was just classic. So when you're watching this episode at this specific point, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, I can't believe this actually happened. This, I thought, was a better way of explaining what happened here than in the comic style. In the comic, it was you had the two twins. One was going crazy due to the events of what happened, and one twin kills the other twin. And you know, and then what happens is Carl sneaks into the back of a truck and actually kills the psycho twin, and that's what happens in the comic series. This one, you just got to have two sisters. One doesn't have a screw loose, and basically what happens is you have Carol that's forced to put down Lizzie because she knows that she is not safe for humankind. You just can't have a screw loose with humans around because she would probably, you know, kill Judith and to see what happened. Excellent episode. Very well done. You know, there may be some slow moments, not very much zombies that happens, but at that specific point, it really shows you how tough of a character Carol is in the TV series, because she actually confesses to Tyrese about what she did in the prison, how she physically, you know, killed Karen and David to stop the infection spreading, and she was willing to sacrifice her life from that confession. Really great stuff in this episode. I really enjoyed it. Again, the sister thing was awesome. It was told much better, I thought, than the comic series. I thought it had a very deep impact when you're watching it. And for Carol, this had to hurt very much because it was almost like killing one of her daughters all over again. She had to go through it with Sophia. She had two new girls that she took under her wing, and she had to, you know, witness the death of one, and then she had to sit there and kill another. So very tough. Overall, I thought this was, again, this episode was really good. I am looking forward to the series kind of moving forward now. It looks like we're going to get to the Hunters, and then we're going to come to the season finale in 2 weeks, and then I think we're going to go to the community. It just stinks that for the plot moving forward, we have to wait another like 6 months or something like that. But when you look at this individual episode, this had a deep and meaningful impact, especially on Carol. And then Tyrese finally got the answer that he's been waiting for all this time. So things come full circle in this episode for a lot of questions for Tyrese. So again, I'm going to give this one probably a 4 out of 5. I could have done with a little bit more action, but otherwise it was good. And guys, tell me what you thought of this episode this week of The Walking Dead. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. Don't forget to check out our .com as well, and Comic Related, where we have all kinds of great comic news, reviews, and a whole lot more on our websites. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off.